Welcome to the Marketing Revolution Podcast. This is the underground movement of savage marketers from all over the world. We are not Fortune 500 companies. We are real entrepreneurs with real businesses that have one major thing in mind: to set goals and devour them daily. Because we understand that everyone wants to eat, but only savage marketers are willing to do the hunt. Now let's get this revolution started. Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hiley here with the Marketing Revolution Podcast and the Marketing Savage Facebook group, coming to you today with another Motivational Monday. And just a heads up, everybody, I know I took like a 2-week vacation. I've literally been doing podcasts. I think we looked back, it was like 240 days or something crazy like that every single day. Which I ended up taking about 2 weeks off simply because I wanted to reevaluate the formula, what we were doing, how much time I was spending on what we were doing, and kind of tweak and reevaluate how I'm going to deliver, how many episodes I'm going to deliver per week, and how I am going to deliver the episodes. So what we're going to be doing from this day forward is I am going to be dropping likely anywhere between 2 to 4 podcasts per week, maybe sometime more, but I will guarantee you that I'll at least get a couple podcasts out each and every week, assuming that I don't go on another hiatus, another what I like to call a kind of like a soul-searching journey. And that's exactly what I've been doing for the last couple weeks. So I've been kind of like just chilling out. I've been rethinking the marketing strategy, and it's something that I encourage all of you guys to do. I mean, the truth is, when you mix mastery with formula, meaning that you seek to master whatever it is that you're doing, however, you mix that with a formula, you're going to come up with results. And what I kind of feel is that I've been spending so much time doing the podcast, I have not put as much effort into promoting the podcast. So I'm going to do a little bit of a shift here where, and I'm not going to force episodes. So kind of what was happening when I'm doing something Monday through Sunday, and each and every day had a specific episode, I found times where I kind of had to force an episode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these kind of come naturally. So when I feel a Motivational Monday, I'm going to do a Motivational Monday. When I feel a Fuck It Friday, I'm going to do a Fuck It Friday. When I feel an interview, we're going to do an interview. And I'm going to mix it up and I'm going to change it up. And when I feel like doing a Savage Sunday sermon, I'm going to do a Savage Sunday sermon. But I'm going to stop forcing it. I'm going to let these things come to me naturally because I want them to come from my heart. And that's what I recommend here. And really the message, what I recommend for anybody, because if you start to force things, then you find yourself just trying to come up with some shit that you're not feeling at the current moment. You know what I mean? And a lot of this I want to come directly from my heart. I truly believe that this was a heck of a journey. I mean, going on 240 some days of just doing a podcast each and every day. I mean, I was doing them when I was traveling in the road. I've done them from airports. I've done them from Airbnbs. I've done them from hotel rooms. I've done them while walking, while I was doing 75 hard. I mean, I've done like these podcasts each and every day, everywhere imaginable. And I believe that I achieved my goal. And ultimately, the goal was to do so many podcasts that it would just make me better. It would make me a better podcaster. So I feel that I'm there. I feel that I've reached that point, and I know that I certainly can continuously getting better and continuously sharpening that sword. But I'm where I need to be right now, and I'm going to change and the delivery, and I'm also going to change how much I promote this podcast. I'm really going to get deep into the promotional end of it, and that's how I'm going to grow this movement. And I know each and every one of you guys, somehow you're a part of this movement, and I appreciate that. And now it's time to grow it. Now it's time to make it bigger and better. And some other good news as well is that over the last few weeks, I've been able to finalize everything I needed to get my book into the market. Now what we're doing is we're just picking a date that I can dedicate an entire day. I was thinking the end of the month, but I'm actually driving to Dallas on this coming up Sunday. So because I'm going to be gone from Sunday until the following Saturday, We're going to try to strategically find a launch date somewhere around that time frame. So, guys, we're literally 2 to 3 weeks out from launching the Marketing Savage book, which that alone is going to amplify this message. It's like the missing piece to the puzzle that I've been working on for well over a year. It honestly shouldn't have taken this long. I know that. But I truly believe that everything happens for a reason, and it's being launched at the right time. So I actually just got my cover artwork completely done, and it looks crazy. It's got like half my face. I look like a fucking Viking or something like that on the front cover. And on the other side, it's got the Marketing Savage logo. And then we're just now we're finalizing by just writing the description. I was able to, over this last week, get the acknowledgments done. I was able to get all the little stuff done that I needed to finalize this. I had to go create it's called like an Amazon KDP account, which essentially is where you upload your book, you get the book templates, things like that. So really cool things happening here in the future. And ultimately, what I wanted to really drive home on the Motivational Mondays, because right now I feel like in my life, although I'm going through a couple storms, I feel like everything is just leveling the fuck up. Like everything is leveling the fuck up. And I remember years ago that when I would go through these little storms, and I've got one that's very interesting, very interesting. But years ago, this little storm that would have came at me, it would have just affected like everything that I did. And it would have made me in generally like worse off, right? I would have felt like worse off. Today, as I go through these storms, anything that comes at me, it's like it just can't fucking stick. Not only that, I take it and I use that energy to propel me to the next level. So when anything comes at me, I literally transform that negative energy into positive production. And I want you guys to I just want to encourage you guys to be like this, because, you know, it's all about the questions you ask yourself in your head, right? So when something happens to you, do you ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Or why me? What did I do? God, why would you do this to me? I've been good, Like, do you ask yourself these like disempowering questions? Because your brain's going to give your brain's going to give yourself an answer, right? Regardless, you ask questions all the time, all day long. You're asking your brain questions all day long, and it's giving you answers all day long. So how about you ask it the right questions? How about you ask it empowering questions? Like things like, what am I learning from this? Where is this taking me? How is this shaping my destiny so I can see that I'm going to be so much better when I get through this storm? So when I come through this storm, how is this shaping me to become a better person when I come out of it? A lot of people call this leaning into the darkness. I know we talked a little bit about this on several podcasts. And essentially what that is, that means, when we go into a dark time or when we go into a storm, instead of like just trying to get out of it as fast as possible, because you try to get away from pain as fast as possible, how about you try to find the lesson that's in there? And I find that you can find many lessons, not even just lifelong lessons on like how to be or how to do things different, but you can also find like mental lessons. Like when you're going through storms, your mind will trigger in a different way and like a different coordinates. You can almost fall into a negative zone. Like when you fall into the zone and you zone into something, you can fall into a negative zone much quicker and much easier than you can when you're doing something positive or when you're doing something productive. So how can you take that energy over into the positivity and the productive things in your life? How can you take energy that's negative and transform it into the positive? So that's my message today for the Marketing Savage Motivational Monday, Marketing Revolution podcast. And it's the reason why I got a trampoline in my office, guys. I literally have a trampoline in my office because when you jump on a trampoline, that little dip when you go down that shoots you really high in the air, that little dip when you're bouncing up and down that actually propels you further, it's a reminder that as the world tries to push you down, that's the momentum that you need to go even higher. Okay, I'm going to say that again. As the world tries to push you down, that's the momentum needed to go even higher. So anyhow, guys, go out and kill it on this Monday morning. And as usual, I'm going to see you on the next one.